When artificial intelligence first breached the mainstream, it was pitched as the ultimate equalizer, a digital rising tide that would put the sum of human knowledge and world-class productivity tools into the hands of anyone with an internet connection. But the 2024 data reveals a vastly different reality. The Bloomberg Global Artificial Intelligence Index tracks the specific companies driving this technological leap, and their numbers show us exactly who is actually profiting. This chart breaks down the year-to-date wealth gained by the top 500 billionaires. It shows that 96% of all the wealth acquired by the world's richest people this year came directly from AI-related assets, leaving every other market sector in the distance. The primary beneficiaries are the founders and executives controlling the hardware and infrastructure that makes AI possible, like NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang. The data suggests that artificial intelligence is currently operating as a financial accelerant for a technological elite, rather than a tool for broad wealth democratization. To understand what this means for everyone else, we have to look at the historical foundation of American economic stability, the middle class. This area chart plots the share of national wealth held by the U.S. middle class over the last 4 decades. In 1980, this group held 62% of the country's wealth. By 2023, that share had fallen to just 43%. The concentration of trillions in capital among a few AI executives is happening at the same moment middle-income economic security is evaporating. These are interconnected forces. Society is witnessing the active construction of a 2-tier cognitive class system. For generations, the white-collar labor market relied on a straightforward social contract. Corporations traded vital hands-on training for the lower wages of entry-level staff. Generative models disrupt that arrangement by performing the exact tasks usually assigned to beginners, like drawing up basic wireframes, editing basic copy, and writing boilerplate code, more cheaply than any human. This line graph tracks employment trends across companies adopting these new tools. Based on data from a Harvard working paper, entry-level hiring in these sectors has seen an 80% plunge since 2023. Companies are eager to purchase this discounted digital labor, but they refuse to independently fund the training of human juniors who might leave. By automating the bottom rung of the workforce to cut immediate costs, the corporate sector has severed the career ladder for an entire generation. You might wonder, if AI is so capable, why can't those displaced young workers simply use free models to upskill and outcompete the algorithms? The answer lies in the compute crisis. Artificial intelligence is a physical process, demanding massive, scarce data center resources. This diagram shows how data flow is actively managed. To handle server scarcity, AI vendors place strict rate limits on free-tier users, often silently downgrading the quality of their answers. But in the premium tiers, professionals pay high fees for vast compute allowances. They run autonomous agents through a high-speed bypass lane that operates without these restrictions. This creates a compounding effect. Premium users produce more high-quality work in less time, earn higher salaries, and use those earnings to purchase even better AI leverage. Cognitive inequality is accelerating because an individual's intellectual output is now directly capped by their ability to rent physical server compute. Historian Yuval Noah Harari has offered a severe forecast regarding where this technological trajectory leads. He describes the emergence of a useless class, an economic state where humans are politically and financially locked out of the system because they cannot match the output of machines they cannot afford to use. Economic researchers warn that as the middle class hollows out, it loses the capacity to invest in education, sustain local communities, or actively participate in democracy. This combination of extreme wealth concentration and middle-class collapse threatens to destabilize the social contract that built modern democratic societies. The widening AI divide is a feature of the current economic system, a mathematical consequence of growth colliding with physical hardware limits. Correcting this requires structural interventions. We may need to redefine corporate apprenticeships or treat AI access as a fundamental public utility. Society must proactively intervene in how this intelligence is distributed now, or accept permanent cognitive stratification as the new normal. We are watching a massive economic contradiction play out in real time. Major tech monopolies are reporting historic, record-breaking profit margins, while simultaneously eliminating massive swaths of their white-collar workforce. For the general public, this creates a confusing landscape. Soaring stock markets project a booming economy, while the reality on the ground suggests the traditional career ladder has stopped functioning. This chart shows the depth of that breakdown. Based on quantitative data from Harvard and Goldman Sachs, the rapidly climbing line tracks big tech valuations. This intersecting plummeting line represents entry-level white-collar job postings. The fallout hits Gen Z the hardest. Millions of students are graduating from universities, only to find that the starter roles they spent 4 years preparing for have vanished from the market. For decades, the traditional American dream relied on a specific contract. Workers exchanged their time for low wages at the bottom of a corporate ladder to gain the experience necessary to climb upward. We are witnessing a structural erasure of the bottom rung of that wealth-building ladder. The gap between workers is widening, driven by a massive divergence in productivity based on software access. Everyday free-tier AI users are limited to basic, constrained tasks. They are falling behind the output of professionals utilizing high-tier, unrestricted computing power. This layout highlights the financial barrier to that elite productivity. Premium compute is expensive, with costs reaching around $180 per million tokens. Processing the most advanced models at volume requires significant capital. Professionals who pay for this access are evolving into a hyper-productive cognitive elite. They process data, they write code, and synthesize research at speeds a normal human can no longer match. One elite professional, armed with premium AI, can now comfortably output the daily work of 10 junior employees. With this much leverage available, corporations have lost the financial incentive to hire, train, or retain entry-level workers. The corporate pipeline has been effectively sealed off. If these cognitive elites are doing all the heavy lifting, we have to look at who ultimately captures the wealth generate. The model of traditional capitalism, where labor was exchanged for physical goods, is mutating into a different economic structure. This is techno-feudalism. Tech monopolies have shifted from selling products to acting as digital landlords who own our essential compute power. They extract rent by charging cognitive elites subscription fees for AI, siphoning value from workers directly to platform owners. This rent extraction system ensures that new wealth flows directly to the tech billionaires, bypassing the middle class entirely. This pyramid shows the 3 distinct tiers emerging as society reorganizes. At the apex are the tech lords, the monopolies who own the digital platforms, the server farms, and the compute power. Below them are the cognitive elites, professionals paying the rent to leverage premium AI and perform the work of entire departments. At the bottom is the majority of the population, locked out of wealth generation due to that missing entry-level rung. Navigating this requires a deliberate strategy to cross that gap. Survival now requires moving beyond simple task execution and developing deep, specialized domain expertise. You must become a human in the loop. In a techno-feudal economy, market value concentrates on the expertise required to direct AI effectively.